Witnesses say you were enraged. It doesn't help to have extra suspicion directed at you. No one can find Daniel? I shook my head. Know where he might be? She shook her head in return. Why the divorce? Her shoulders relaxed, like she was resigned to surrender her privacy as well as her marriage. Neither of us could be faithful. My stomach flip-flopped, but I stayed quiet. Richard said sometimes people will volunteer extra information if you give them a chance. This didn't turn out to be true for Claire. After a few moments, I asked her to continue. It's complicated, she said. For years we've talked about parting ways. Last month I finally filed. What was your relationship with Platt? Claire shook her head, more to herself than to me, and screwed her face into a queer sort of smile that could only be described as sarcastic. I was considering how to rephrase when she surged toward the glass and banged it with her fist, sending me back in my chair so violently its legs scraped the linoleum. I've never met Wendell fucking Platt! All I could do was try to control my breathing. Never met him, she said. No one believes me. She settled back into her chair, and I tried to convince myself that the person in front of me was the same woman from 30 seconds ago. He was murdered in his home, I said. Your fingerprints were at the scene. Worse, honey. They were on the weapon. Perhaps reading my incredulity, she added, Don't tell me. Your boss left that out. How do you explain your prints on the weapon? She squinted at me, and the vibe I got was borderline venomous. That's what I'm paying you to do. I pressed my fingertips to my temples. If you never met him, I assume you were never in his house? She combed her fingers through her hair so severely I thought she might yank out a fistful of highlights. I already told this to Mick Young. The name elicited a visceral adrenaline surge, the kind brought on when something's wildly wrong. I made a point to keep my tone calm. You're represented by Brighton and Young? She looked at me quizzically. Of course. That explained why Richard had been sketchy about her case. His omissions made me look like an idiot, so now I was doubly miffed. But nothing good would come of showing that to the client, so I pushed it aside and put on my best professional show. I apologize for the lack of communication in my office, I said. Your case is important to me, and I want to get the facts straight. Please tell me about Thursday, starting from the beginning. She regarded me for a drawn-out interval, and I felt the discomfort of being on the receiving end of a silent stare. Do you have kids, Emily? She finally asked. If she did kill Platt, I certainly didn't want her to know about Annette. But then she added, more gently, I need to know, please. Why does that matter? Because I didn't kill anyone. And if Young can't prove I'm innocent, my kids will go to a man who shouldn't have them. Reuben isn't capable of putting the boy's needs in front of his own. It's terrifying to imagine and hard to explain to someone who's not a parent. Her fears resonated with me, but I wasn't ready to share that. Tell me about Thursday. She tucked her hair behind an ear and edged forward, resting a forearm on the little countertop again. I promised myself I wouldn't flinch if she had another outburst. Thursday, I got a tip about a dog and went to check it out. Before I could ask, she added, I'm in an animal rescue group. Claire seemed more likely to wear an animal than rescue one. I wondered what else about her I might have misjudged. When I got to the address, something was off. I tried to conjure the image of Claire skulking into bad neighborhoods, retrieving mutts. Pet rescuing sounded like a dirty, hands-on job, ill-suited for her. Most of our rescues are from poor, run-down areas. The address for this dog was in the Heights.